All right, hello everybody, back again for another season 2 match. This one's against Tom. I have a special guest with me, a returning guest. I think the only medical doctor and probably the only lawyer to feature on this podcast. James, say hi.
Oh, you mean me?
Yeah.
I assumed you must mean somebody else since I am neither of those things. Yeah, it's me. It's James. JDB. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. We got the draft going on right now. I am
We
on
do.
deck. Very exciting. I think we'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll give the people what they want, but we'll wait a little bit. So refocusing on this game a little. So just to give everyone some context, James, was season 2 the only season you skipped, or did you skip 3 as well?
I skipped season 2 and I skipped Daddy Plan Part 1 because it was the same time as VBL-N Little Cup, and I had done 2 seasons in a row of 2 drafts at once,
Got it.
and I was like, I need to just do 1 draft. So
Got it.
I missed season 2, and I guess that would have been what, season 7, 6, whatever. Daddy Plan Part 1.
Yeah, that would have been, I think, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Regardless.
sorry. If I get distracted, it's probably because I'm hearing a Discord alert and checking if I am up in the draft because I don't want to
If
slow
it's your
anyone down.
pick.
Yeah. So this was one of the 2 VBL-S seasons you've missed. So how much do you remember, like, spectating it, or did you just, like, not pay attention to it? Do you remember?
I didn't watch everything, but I watched, I was still around some and watched battles when people were like, oh, that was sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, can't believe what an awesome set that was and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's safe to say you probably knew about the Double Ghost, but probably didn't actually watch any of the Double Ghost.
At the time, I may have, watched.
It was a joke.
One or two, but I certainly was a Double Ghost because, like, I was in that draft call where there was like 9 or 10 people that were all doing the draft.
Wait, we should
on
do that
a Friday.
Again. Oh, we should do that again.
I was in, like, at work and just had my headphones in, and I was muted and was just listening to all of you while you're drafting.
Well, because I think I was like, I don't know, whoever I was talking to was like, I know I'm not supposed to do this. I know I'm not supposed to do this, but trust me, let me cook. And then I sent it in, and everybody was like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, and people still give you crap for it 2 full years later. So
yeah,
that's how you know you're a legend.
Yeah, true.
So of course, the fact that you're going back through your season game by game where you had those 2 Pokemon, it's not helping people to forget.
It doesn't. But we never want anyone to forget any of the VBL history. As much as the demise of DraftLeague.nl has, like, kind of erased all our records.
Yeah, just got rid of like 5 seasons and all of VBL-N and stuff. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But oh well. The guy didn't want to do it anymore. Like,
yeah.
Shouldn't
no.
to.
I'm not complaining that DLNL got shut down. I was just saying. This is my attempt to document history.
Yeah. I actually had a lot of problems with some of the way that site was set up and stuff like that. Just in terms of, like, the actual like
moderation and stuff.
Administration of the data inputting and how much.
True.
But yeah, that's in the past now, and we run things our way, and it's more or less good.
Yeah.
So this matchup, though.
Here's the bottom line for this matchup. Arcanine is a new player. I saw that I'm playing Jordan next week. And I briefly just looked at team preview, and I still had Terrakion in that one. So if my memory serves and I'm remembering correctly, I think I traded Well, I definitely traded Terrakion for Arcanine with Sticky, I believe. But I think I traded for it after like the week of my or during the week of my Jordan match. But I think Jordan was away and we had to postpone. So I'm playing.
Oh, and you ended up using that
Yeah, I'm
team.
playing Tom first with Arcanine, and then I believe I then used Terrakion again in. It must have been the week before technically, but it's going to be our next week of the podcast. Terrakion will have its last go.
Gotcha.
Not a good trade though. Arcanine, great Pokemon in a vacuum, better than Terrakion, but this is a team already lacking in attacking power, specifically Dynamax attacking power, so it's
Offense.
rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at Drifblim, Scraggy, and Mr. Mime here, and I'm not exactly seeing offensive powerhouses.
Yeah.
Especially when compared to Dracovish, a Tyranitar,
Mostly
and
those two.
Gastrodon as a potentially very impactful offensive Pokemon, if things go right. Particularly into what you brought, right?
Yeah, Gastrodon would be like the second best maxer on my team behind Rain.
Like ice, ground, and maybe water, but like ice, ground, recover, and I don't know, maybe a fourth move or something. Like seems pretty potent into the 6 you brought.
Reuniclus has grass moves or has Energy Ball. Just saying.
Well,
Reuniclus will. Reuniclus. I haven't seen this yet, but I'm. You know what? Let's just start this because we can get.
Let me get myself back in the Dynamax Gen 8 world. I'm ready for some turn 1 nonsense.
All right, turn 1 nonsense. Oh, that's a lot of chats. Oh, Braff is talking. Of course he is. All right, so I do get the Intimidate. The Intimidate is nice.
Intimidate is nice.
The not having the Fighting Stab is not nice. Great turn 1 Protect. This is already looking so good. And Drifblim just dies, doesn't it? Oh! Let's go!
No. Oh, you look like a genius.
Wait, that was actually a good turn 1. That was a hard read. And then the Wisp. Oh, I'm probably gonna win this.
Burn it. Yeah, this is.
It's -1.
You might win this.
Burn, and
it still got a max to fire off at some point.
Yeah, it wasted a third of its max and is burnt and -1 attack. This is ideal.
It's so fast. Strength Sap is nice. I mean, follow me, so you're not quite getting what you want out of it.
That's nothing. Yeah, that's nothing though.
Yeah, that's doing very, very little.
I think
the +1 defense.
I think Extreme Speed should pick this up now, and then it's just I'll keep Strength Sapping the T-Tar.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly what I would do, right? You just wait for the Tyranitar to be dead, stall out this Sandstorm as much as possible.
Oh, Lash Out is nice.
Lash Out.
All right,
Too bad we don't have that move anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice in like Roaring Moon as Intimidate.
I like that switch too. I mean, maybe 1 turn later would have been nice, just because you can reset the terrain again. But yeah.
Oh, that's.
Oh, Talonflame's still outspeeding the Coco, even no longer with Gale Wings.
Yeah. What is Talon is 120 something, right?
126 is Talonflame. I don't remember what Coco is off the top of my head.
Coco's probably oh. Do you see the chatter now?
Oh.
I accidentally speed tied instead of outspeeding the Talonflame. So you called that. That was an impressive call. I didn't even use the max, but that's GG.
Yeah.
That
could have been.
I think that's
bad. Because Vicious Rend on that with the Tailwind is just killing whatever it hits.
Yeah.
But Dazzling Gleam.
I feel like
100% into the Dracovish.
I feel like based off how I played this, I feel like it's specs, and I know that as the season progressed, I went more toward the choice items and away from the like Assault Vest physical max sets. Because like the first 2 or 3 times I used it, I guess maybe the first 3 times, probably 2 of them were like Assault Vest, Fly, Ironhead, Wild Charge max sets, and they were not good. they were bad.
Sure, which can be good, but isn't necessarily
No, I don't think
getting it done.
Because you essentially have one stab.
Right?
You essentially have one stab with 115 attack, and that is bad unless you can like weakness policy yourself. But Coco blocks the electric blocks the bullet punch from being a good weakness policy move, you know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yep. All right,
let's roll
watch the second game.
Oh, what did I do?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I messed something up.
I don't know. What do you
mean? Sorry, I messed up the tabs. Okay. All right. Game 2, nothing happened. I'll just edit that out. Oh, yes! Scraggy Mr.
Oh, look at this lead.
All right. I'm guessing Eviolite on Scraggy, Focus Sash on mine.
Probably, yeah. Fake out.
Oh, yeah,
and then Gleam.
That's an Eviolite Scraggy.
Yeah, definitely. Get the Trick Room set up. Reuniclus comes in on turn 2, and then presumably next turn, Reuniclus is just going to max and just blast.
I mean, this seems like what I want.
Blasted.
Oh, yeah, this really seems like what I want.
There's a weakness policy set? Yep. Nice. Love that.
Still just taunting that Mr. Mime. I don't know that that's going to do enough. It's a bold strategy. We'll see if it pays off. Let's see. Okay. That's, unless it's weakness policy, that's pretty good still. Yeah. Is this a win? There's only one turn of Trick Room.
Pretty well stalled out your Trick Room.
Yeah. Oh, I should have gone for T-Tar there. I really should.
Yeah, probably. But like, I mean, you're still at +2 and +2.
Yeah, but Dracovish is gonna come in. Yep.
Dracovish is gonna come in. That's rough. I mean, you could fake out and then the bring in the Arcanine, put it to -1.
I don't.
Something like that, maybe.
I don't think I have this because Arcanine. Once Arcanine dies, what does damage?
Well, it's not going to die for a turn or two, and you can maybe stall out this Sandstorm, and then your Coco is going to outspeed.
Coco's not in.
Maybe we go to game 3 as well.
There's no Coco.
Oh, that's right. There's Scraggy, no Coco.
Yeah, that's that. Not attacking the T-Tar there, with it being the obvious max target, is probably going to lose this game. Let's see.
Well,
I don't think I have anything to kill Dracovish.
The Terminator is at minus of trillion.
Yeah, but I don't think I have anything to kill Dracovish. Like, I think even... Yeah, extreme speed is maybe... Like, it's just not fast enough.
Yeah, you're in a 2v1 now, and not going to get you there. Gonna have to... Oh, we got the Pasho Berry, but...
Yeah, but no recovery. It's over.
Yeah,
that was a really bad targeting. Yeah. I could tell at the time that it was going to be an issue. Cause like the thing is, I guess to me now, like at the time I probably wasn't thinking about the Dracovish in the back, but to me now it was so obvious that there was a Dracovish in the back there. And if you kill the T-Tar, if you're forcing them to use the Dynamax on Dracovish, then Dracovish is like, they looted the usefulness of the max because the increase from Vicious Ren to Max Geyser is very small.
Is very low. Yeah, totally.
Just because, like, even though T-Tar was like extremely weakened, the fact that it was able to use max moves let it do like just enough to, like, it killed Reuniclus in one shot. Which was extremely, like, otherwise I would have gotten a kill on one of them and Arcanine would have outlasted.
Yeah, and then you're in a 1v1 and you have to take two hits every time with the Arcanine, and then you win game 2 and don't even have to take it to game 3. But
not so lucky.
We do in fact go to a game 3, which everybody loves, except the person who won game 1.
This is true. All right. New lead, right?
That is a pretty...
No, it's not a new lead.
This is peculiar lead for Tom, I would say, in the...
Yes. That's Specs.
That would be Dracovish, because like the Dracovish is not really setting up, so like what is it not wanting to...
It wants to be faster.
Follow me. Yeah, so...
Well, I don't know if it's specs. I don't know. Tapu Koko is really weak by itself, and that was a lot of damage. So I kind of assume it's specs, but it might not be specs. It was super effective. Oh no. This is
Here we go.
if Coco is max, there's something wrong. See,
Nice targeting into
oh my
the
god.
protect, but crazy. Incineroar too good.
No, it's Coco. Coco sucks. It's so bad. That's terrain boosted stab, and it can't even kill something. Oh my god.
It did what,
so
like 65%
bad.
or something like that?
Let's see.
Well, it was at -1.
No, it was at -1 after. Parting shotted out after.
Oh, it was parting shotted.
45 before
okay.
parting shot. 45%.
45 to the.
That is so bad. Oh my god. Oh, this thing is so bad. Oh my god.
Draft Coco with your Quark Drive mons. I'm sure it'll go great.
It's no. It's gonna be really good in non-max because it's really good as a Spexer, which I think is what it was. Like it was doing good damage with Dazzling Gleam out of max, but the moment it maxed, it was very over. Weakness policy.
Yeah, all the good that's gonna do you. Unless you get a double KO here.
It doesn't have any. Its only spread is expanding force, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Tyranitar's at +2, and you got to take hits first. Tom takes it home. So a convincing game 1, and then you
should have been a game 2 win too, frankly. And then I lost game 3 because I maxed Coco, and Coco is bad.
Yeah, and the Coco speed tie, the Coco Talonflame speed tie is crazy too.
Yeah, but that was game 2.
I mean,
right? That didn't end up mattering that much.
I mean, that was in game 1, I believe, because you didn't bring Coco in game 2. Did you?
Oh, true. So that was game 1. That was game 1, so it didn't end up mattering.
But I mean,
I guess
should have just never been an issue.
The crit potentially mattered, and if the crit the crit kind of saved me from the ramifications of the speed tie.
True.
Yes, so that was a match. My takeaway from the match. This is a team that would be like maybe okay in non-max. Like I literally won game 1 without maxing. It is not a Dynamax team. It just isn't.
So what was your full team at this point after the
it was like I can't find. I mean, I don't.
Tapu swap.
I don't know where it was.
Swapu Coco. Nailed that. Yeah. Everybody, time code to when I said Swapu Coco, so everybody knows my great joke. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know what it is exactly at this point because I can't find it anywhere. But there were a lot of transactions. It is approximately these 6. So Tapu Koko, Arcanine, Drifblim, Scraggy, Mr. Mime, Reuniclus, and then also Delmise 7, Galvantula 8, Chinchino 9. What were mods 10 and 11?
Terrakion came later, you said.
No, Terrakion was was previously on the team, was traded for Arcanine.
Oh, Terrakion was traded away for Arcanine. Gotcha.
Yes, the original team was Feeny, Arcanine. It was good. What else was on this team? Bad stuff, probably. Let me see if I can find the other 2. Let's see.
We can always just go to our handy archive document and see what you drafted initially.
No. There have been so many. Like at this point, there is one team-to-team trade, and then I've used probably all of my free agents, and we had like 5 back in the day.
So your initial team was Delmise, Drifblim, brilliant. Bronzor, Feeny.
I don't know that I actually ever had Bronzor. If I did, then Torracat's long
Doug
gone.
Trio, Latios.
Doug Trio might still be on the team. Morgrim
Vulpix
isn't.
Morgrim, and
Morgrim isn't.
11th pick that didn't get recorded on the sheet. The final 3 picks of the draft were not recorded.
Yeah. So a lot of those I know for a fact were graced out. Torracat was graced out. Torracat was graced out. Bronzor, I don't even think that I had that,
No,
honestly.
Bronze.
But
Oh yeah,
but
Bronzor. Yeah.
that was graced out. Laddie, whatever Laddie I had was graced out.
That's crazy. I love the Latias, Terrakian, Feeney.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly making good decisions at this point.
Like I like that group.
Yeah, I wasn't making good decisions. Let me see.
We learn from our mistakes.
Let me see. Okay. All right, so here are some more Pokemon. Oh, no. I got Galvantula already. What were 10 and 11 on my final team? I have no idea.
Did Doug Trio last?
I don't know. Very possibly. Oh, I guess it would have. I guess Morgrim didn't. I guess Doug Trio probably did because I still had a justified Pokemon and I was stupid. So yes, probably.
Number 1 pick of that season, Metagross.
Yep.
Good work.
It's a good
Minty.
Call. Yeah, Minty.
First pick.
Do you at all remember what happened the last week of the regular season? Me versus Minty?
I do not remember, but his first 2 picks were both Steel Psychic types. Metagross, Bronzong.
Honestly, you can get away with it. You can. Metagross, let's just I'll put it this way. Metagross is nothing compared to a Scraggy.
Oh, I remember. Okay. Yeah, that match comes up every once in a while.
So it is the sole good moment.
When talking about old seasons, yeah.
Yeah, it is the sole good moment of my season 2 after week 2. All right, so I'm trying to think if there's any thematic way
to
link.
That.
No problem.
Forgot I had an alarm set for my laundry. I'll go deal with that in a little bit.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. What was it? I don't know if there's a really good thematic way to segue into the season 10 draft. But if you think of one, we can, or we can just not segue and start talking about it.
I have no problem with let's just talk about the season 10 draft and how fun it is so far.
Yeah. All right. I guess for reference, we'll tell the people what we're working with right now. So James.
So we're halfway through. Yep. In the Sky draft, we're a little over halfway through round 5.
Yep.
At point of recording, we're in between Zero's Gal and Camo's picks.
Yeah.
And then in the Earth division, we're at exactly the same spot.
Pick. Oh, really?
Exactly the same number of picks have been made in both drafts. It's between Jay and Colby's picks.
Yeah.
Wiles and the Book of Combo.
I'm just waiting for Colby. I know I can even say on here what I'm about to draft.
Oh yeah, you're after Colby. That's true.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll just start with the Doctor's team. He's got Urshi Rapid, great pick at number 2 overall. Screamtail, Corvic Knight, I like to call it. Delphox, and Brute Bonnet, the mushroom. Brute Bonnet kind of disrespected. I like that pickup.
Yeah, so there are 2 Mons that I want on my team, and I only have one of them right now. I'm rolling the dice.
Yes.
I think I can get it on the way back. I don't think anybody really is on to the sauce that I'm cooking with.
No spoilers, yeah, no spoilers.
Well, just don't put it out until I've picked it.
Oh.
Just don't put out this recording until I pick it.
Fine.
Oh, do you want to put it out right away and you don't want to wait?
No, I can. I can wait till I guess by tomorrow you'll have picked it, so I can put it up tomorrow.
Definitely will have been picked by tomorrow. So the 2 Pokemon that I was interested in is Brute Bonnet, which I have, and Alolan Muck, which is gonna be.
Oh, everyone wants Alolan Muck.
No, who wants it?
I mean, I don't know that anyone solidly wants it right now on the team that they have. I just know that pre-draft.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know that pre-draft everyone and their mother wanted Alolan Mach.
No, it was just me and Jordan talking about it a lot.
There were
And
others. There were others.
I didn't talk about it a lot, but some. There are some teams
The-
that could maybe take it.
I mean, also just the new Mon tax. That's something we can talk about in general. The new Mon tax on things just flying off the board if they have like Hisui in their name is so annoying.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like one like
Typhlosion Hisui went second
Hisui
round in
goes-
both drafts.
Yeah, it goes round 2, and everyone's like, "Oh crap, new Mon's getting taken." Screamtail, Basculegion. Were the next 2 picks.
And it's
stuff
like, well,
that.
they're
But,
also so good that it's like you can't like. I'm not gonna bash on Hisui Gudra
Cleaver
going
in round 2.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bash on
Hisui
Hisui
Gudra in
Gudra
round
going
2.
like the latest it was picked was first pick of round 3 on Daddy's Wheel. Like you're not gonna bash on that because it's a really good Pokemon, but at the same time, like they're all gone. They're all gone. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that happens every season, right? The Mons that get added are the ones people want to draft.
Yeah.
And so like Fluttermane goes late round 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the what?
Hand
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23rd overall pick in the Sky
Iron Hands has not
draft.
gone in the Earth draft.
Yeah, Iron Hands still on the board.
By the way, I told
Crazy.
Colby I would back him up with his hot take. His hot take was that Iron Hands was gonna go undrafted in one of the pools, and then I think he moderated to like it's gonna go like late when someone just has points and it's just sitting there, but it's not gonna go early. I think he already like can cash his I told you so.
Nobody has 25 points left to spend on one Mon at this point in the draft.
I almost did it round 3 just because I was like, this is so wrong that it's there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, the only 2 people who could maybe take it, or 3 people, I guess, is like Bohm maybe, but I mean that then puts him at like, 36 points for for 6 Mons. Like that's an average of 6 per Mon for the rest for the second half of the draft. Ben could maybe swing it.
Yeah.
Because he took the Grafaiai and then Magneton the last 2 rounds, so like he's kind of banking some points. His highest Mon is
stole my Magneton. Stole my damn Magneton.
Well, if you had kept your pick 2 pick instead of trading with Jordan for the first 10 rounds or whatever, however many, whatever.
The thing is, I would have definitely talked myself out of Grimmsnarl. And I'm happy I got Grimmsnarl. Also, it's not guaranteed I would have got Spectre if I was waiting at 2. Like I probably would have, but it's not a guarantee. I think I almost certainly would have convinced myself not to draft Grimmsnarl, which I think would have been a bad move. So just for that, I'm happy I did it.
Grimmsnarl is a Mon that I've wanted to draft basically every season, but have never valued it highly enough to actually take it. So well done. I really like Pygo's Pick 1 Thundurus.
I don't know about it.
I mean, I love Thundurus generally. Like I've had it on my team twice. I first picked it in season 3 when I had the first pick. I first picked Thundurus and was never upset about it.
It was better in Gen 8, though. It was better in Gen 8.
I mean, it was better in Gen 7, but I think it's it's very good. I think it's a strong first pick.
It was maybe better in Gen 7, but it was like it was one of the best draft Mons in Gen 8 because of the prankster / defiant max like physical flying stuff.
Yeah, totally.
It was all good stuff.
I was very strongly considering it for my pick 2.
Yeah.
Thinking, Hands or Fluttermane or Tornadus or Ursaluna, like Tinglu, one of them is going to go first. Maybe, Water Urshifu. And then when Thundurus gets picked first, I'm like, what am I going to pick? Yeah. And, because the only Mons I really cared about getting are Brute Bonnet and Alolan Muck.
Such a
I was like,
move.
let's just get some good Pokemon, build around those, and make sure they don't clash with those two Pokemon. Right?
That's such a cool strategy.
So, but yeah, I got my my Fire Water Grass core. I'm 2/3 of the way to a Fairy Steel Dragon core. I don't know if I'm going to pick up a dragon, but like if there's one mon out of that particular group that you can skimp out on, it's a dragon.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Let's look at what do you got going? Yeah, I like these first 3 picks of yours very much. Yeah, I like the Grimmsnarl Spectrum.
We can return to mine in a second. I'm just still looking at the sky. So just the last thing on the Thundurus I will say is Thundurus feels really underwhelming compared to Tornadus. Usually because the speed control is so much worse. But that's why I really like the Basculegion pick. I think that's the perfect follow-up for Thundurus because it gives Thundurus a way to actually do speed control for your primary sweeper, and Basculegion is really good.
So Thundurus with Prankster Scary Face plus another fast Pokemon
and Thunderwave
right?
also.
Pick up the Salazzle, and Thunderwave.
I mean, it's just
either way, like depending on what you need.
Yeah, it has good speed control, to be clear, but it's just not
like So I would say the kind of speed control that Thundurus has that's good is that it pairs well with good natural speed, whereas Tornadus's speed control in like Icy Wind and Tailwind make your mid-speed mons better.
Well,
Thundurus makes Thundurus allows your faster mons to really take over and like just do what they need to do when they need to do it a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I think generally I've been laddering in Regulation D with some Thundurus teams. I think generally Tornadus is better because of the Tailwind is so valuable, but Thundurus, the complete prankster move pool it has is otherwise has more wrinkles to it and has more stuff you can do. So if you can build around it to get surplus value out of the things that it does do, that's not Tailwind, especially to build around them in such a way that you can get speed value out of them. That's the ideal.
I don't know if you've noticed, but none of the priority blocking ability mons have been drafted, at least in Sky. But I think both Fergaraf, Bruxish, and what's it called? Serena are all undrafted. And there's so much priority going around, right? Like I've got the Aqua Jet on Urshifu and Brute Bonnet Sucker Punches. Thundurus does everything. Klefki's out there about to just start laughing. Morgrum's been taken. What other Urshi Sucker Punches.
It's almost
tons of fake out on the board.
Yeah.
Murkrow's been drafted, Weavile, Tornadus. Like there's so much priority out there, and just people are just like, no, for draft, no thanks.
There's an Indeedee.
No thanks.
There's an Indeedee.
Okay, so Indeedee did get taken, sure.
Yeah, but also just you're looking at all these teams and you're saying, oh, they all have priority. It's kind of like the priority arms race where it's like, maybe last season you felt like you needed a Farigiraf because you didn't have Fake Out, but now if you want Fake Out, you can have Fake Out. If you want Prankster, there are more Pranksters. Like there's, I'm not the transfer mons didn't add enough fire types or water types or steel types to make the pressure of those things feel better, but it did add a lot of high tier fake outs, a lot of high tier pranksters. So there's just a lot more priority to go around. But obviously that means the anti. Obviously that means the anti
on my team because
good.
Yeah, as I'm looking through this, I'm like, man, there's so much. There's a Chien-Pao Dragonite team.
Yes, there is.
Well, actually, I don't know if I actually have to play them or not, but
yeah, I think personally, I haven't because I have Grimmsnarl, who's typical beats other pranksters for the most part, and
I don't have to play the Chien-Pao Dragonite team. Never mind.
I hate Dragonite. Oh god, I hate Dragonite so much.
It's so good. I can't believe it went round 2 again. That's crazy.
Well, in one of the drafts, didn't it go really early in ours?
Yeah, it was Tay's first pick.
First pick. Yeah. Yeah, that's
7th
really
pick
early.
overall.
Yeah, that's really early.
No, I don't think it's early. I think that's
No, I
where it
mean,
should
I'm
get
not saying it's too early. I'm just saying that is very early in the draft.
Yeah, I think that's where it should get taken.
Yeah, I'm not saying it shouldn't, to be clear. That was unclear. But it just like went before Qian Pao. And how did the Qian Pao team get Urshi Rapid? Why did we let this happen?
Well, because everybody, I mean, there are teams and pairings and stuff like that every season that's like, how did we let this happen? And
No,
the reality of it is, not
yeah.
everybody wants to draft the same Pokemon, and
Yeah.
so generally you can get some version of the version, like the team
Yeah.
that is in your head, right? Just
Yeah.
because there's so many Pokemon, and
I more mean, how did Qian Pao last that long? And then also, how did Urshifu last until round 2? It's wild.
it got taken 14th in both drafts. Actually, it's exactly the same.
That is so dumb. Wait, what? Urshi Rapid.
It was
You took Urshi Rapid second.
Oh yeah. No, Qian Pao was taken 14th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I just mean like Urshi. Oh, that's the last thing I was gonna say before we go to my draft. Was just I feel like we are often like, we don't draft similarly, but I think we very often have similar takes on Mons. Obviously we both had Roaring Moon last season.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you so far. Go ahead.
And I can't remember other Mons, but I just feel like that's been a thing in the past. And then, I mean, I didn't want Urshi Rapid at number 2 overall. Like, I knew it was going to be for me between Urshi Rapid and Iron Hands, but I was like, I don't want either. I don't, like, just don't want to play with either of these, so I don't want to draft them. But if I was just trying to draft best team, I would probably draft Urshi Rapid because I think it's the best Pokemon in the game. Screamtail Sweet. Corv was like...
So Screamtail I picked up. Mm-hmm. My thought was Urshi Rapid needs something that can take fairy hits and has some decent special defense.
Yeah.
So and then I'm like, what else can I add to that? What about a fast Rain Dance Pokemon?
Yeah. I mean,
and
it also
booster Screamtail with like can Rain Dance.
Yeah, absolutely.
At crazy fast speed, and then
yeah,
the Surging Strikes are just killing whatever I pointed at.
Yeah.
And
you
then
want, you want the Rain for Rapid either way. So Screamtail is a pretty good way to go about that. Like as good as you can get. That's not Prankster. Yeah.
Corv and Brute Bonnet also don't mind the rain being up.
And then the Encore Disable type stuff that it does, it just, like, Urshi Rapid more than basically any other type of Mon puts so much stress on the player to play a certain way. Like, so it's, in a way, it's not ideal to have, like, such a good Encore because Protects are already so disincentivized. But at the same way, it just feels like yet another way that you're kind of squeezing your opponent to, like, not let them play the game. In a way that is just so nasty.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't wait.
Yeah, it doesn't... Neither of them allow your opponent to play very many ways, which should allow you a lot of room to just do stuff. And it's nasty. And then on top of that, like, Corviknight I was looking at, and then it got drafted, so I was like, okay, never mind, I'm not looking at it. I like Delphox. I don't think it was going to fit on my current team, but I just, like, pre-draft, like the value there. It's a very good Fairy Terramon, since Fire covers Steel, Psychic covers Poison, very nice coverage there. And then Brute Bonnet. I'm not going to say I'm a total Brute Bonnet defender, but I think the Brute Bonnet hate has gone a little too far. I'm a slight
got
believer.
it down to 16 points.
Yeah, I'm a believer.
I'll take it at 16 points in round 5 for sure.
Yeah.
And it's one that I think is interesting, and I've kind of wanted to try on a draft squad.
Yeah.
But it's been a little too expensive, and I wanted other stuff more, and so getting to try that is pretty nice. Hopefully the Muck will be around as well.
Just like,
let's talk about your team. We talked about my team a lot. Well, unless you got one.
The last thing was just which actually kind of ties into my team, because when I was Mousehold wasn't in my plans, but Jordan recommended it to me, and it works in the same way that I think Bonnet works for you, where it's just like getting yourself quality reader, like it has rage powder, right? I'm not making that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I was just making sure before I go on my tangent. The getting like a redirection mode for Urshifu if you need it, while also like having the roll compression to be like, oh yeah, this thing can also just sucker punch, like absolutely smack the hell out of like a psychic type that might be there as a fighting resist or whatever.
Exactly.
Is really strong, I think. And to tie in, that's kind of what happened with Mousehold, was just like, oh, redirection for Spectre is nasty, and I want physical damage. This does both.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, I like your team. Grimmsnarl, I mean, has been talked about a million times. It does everything. It has 9 moves and 3 items and 2 abilities all at the same time. Spectre and Mousehold, I really do like together a lot. Right? Nobody wants to risk like Scarf Shadow Ball to try and like a Scarf Shadow Ball plus something else to double up into the Spectre or whatever.
You need the
like,
darks.
You redirect it. Sucker Punch is risky because like it could just Will-O-Wisp you.
Yeah.
And
it fails on Follow Me.
Yeah, it fails on Follow Me. I like that pair. I think it's very, very cool. I was a little underwhelmed by Quackleval last season myself.
Yeah.
But I think some of that might have been that I wasn't really it wasn't really on the best team for it.
God damn it. Sorry, I just saw Braff's draft message.
Wind Rider. Yeah, so now you'll, in real time, as we're recording, little Discord notification, Wind Rider, I hardly knew her. Well done, Braff.
That was a good one. Sorry, keep going.
So I think maybe the Quackleval didn't quite fit on the team. Like I was often like, do I actually need Quackleval here? Like I brought it a couple times. I brought it against I think I fought a terrain team and brought it against like NDD Armor Rouge.
Yeah.
Right. So I brought it with Ice Spinner. I brought it Torrent Sash one week to get Aqua Jet KOs. So like it had its place, right? And like water was pretty decent usually.
Yeah.
But it was just always felt a little awkward to actually bring to a match. But
I needed something for darks. That's really the main thing.
Good.
Yeah, so, it's really the main thing that Spectre has an issue with. The dark types, and I mean the normal types too. Like it helps with both. So fighting covers Ghost really well, obviously. But also just works well with Mousehold. Like the Follow Me, obviously, to get like the Aqua Steps and Moxie and whatnot rolling. Potentially Sword Stance.
Exactly.
Also nice with screens. Like it's a mon that you wish had an extra turn or extra bulk frequently. And that's what I've been realizing, is these mons that I usually don't like because they want an extra turn or they want extra bulk, which is typically a turn off for me, is now like, oh, there's value in this because I have Mousehold and Grimmsnarl and Spectre, which is 130 speed Snarl and 130 speed Will-O-Wisp. Like
in addition to a brutal Terra Ghost Shadow Ball.
I have
threat also.
I have damage mitigation out the wazoo and Follow Me. So I think Quack is well suited. I was really debating, so I wanted Magneton and Quack. I was really debating the order I should go in, especially because my Quack alternative would have been Tauros Aqua, which I am now seeing is still on the board. So, and Quackleval probably would have still been on the board. So probably not the right ordering for me, but it is what it is.
Maybe not. Quackleval might not have made it back to you, right? Because like
maybe
Inteleon is like budget Quackleval, Samurott Hisui.
Maybe, but I feel like
similar.
if someone wanted Quack, they probably would have gone Tauros Aqua. And I wouldn't have been mad if I lost out on Quack for Tauros Aqua.
Sure. I mean, that's true. The fact that Tauros Aqua is still around is a good indication that Quack would have still been around.
Also, it was like my alternate, and I was like, this is gonna go next pick because like it was pretty clear that Colby was about to take a water type with the fire grass, with the quad ice weakness on Lando and the ice weakness on
totally.
Lucas. Like it was like basically guaranteed that a water type was gonna go there. So I thought it was probably gonna be Tauros Aqua. I guess that was probably stupid because he already has the really good Intimidate. The really good double Intimidate would be like a little like asking for counter Intimidate stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I played, I mean, back in the Gen 7 days with Lando, Therian, and Incineroar, like double Intimidate was absolutely awesome.
Double Intimidate is great on ladder, and I think it's just a little not as great in draft because people are going to prep specifically for it. And on top of that, Gen 7, the anti-intimidate stuff that we've got this gen did not exist yet. Specifically, the Clear Amulet.
Clear Amulet, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I think it's a little tough that I didn't just go Magneton, because Magneton would have been sweet, because with all the damage mitigation, Analytic is really nice and would have been a nice fit. But it is what it is. Do you want to know my upcoming pick?
I would love to know your upcoming pick.
Do we want to play a little guessing game, or do you want me to just say it?
I mean, we can guess. Like,
all right.
Tell me if it stops being interesting, and you can just tell me.
Okay.
But
I will give you some information first. So it's a wait. It's a Transformon, so new to Galar,
yeah.
and it is new to Paldea, and it is a Galarmon. It is a Gen 8 Pokemon.
Okay, so
would you like any more information?
Like a Cinderace, perhaps?
Potentially. Would you like any more information though?
Could be. Let's see. What do you? I was thinking maybe a Steel type. What did any new Steel types get brought in? Well,
it is not a Steel type. It is not a Steel type.
It's not a Steel type. Because I was thinking that's maybe something your team could enjoy. Regieleki, I think, is too expensive for you at this point. It doesn't necessarily make sense with what you have.
Well, I guess that's a good question. What do you think I'm missing? What kind of strategy just beats me right now?
You've got 4 picks. You're missing a lot. You're missing a team.
Well, there's one specific strategy that just beats me right now. Speed control wise.
So that is the obvious. You're looking for a Trick Room or anti-Trick Room Pokemon.
Yes, it is a Trick Room.
So what are the Gen 8 Transformons that are good into Trick Room?
It has Trick Room. It has the move Trick Room. It also has the move.
It has the move Trick Room. I don't know. I feel like this is.
It also has Tailwind.
This is becoming less fun.
It's becoming less fun. It has Tail Room though. That's not that many Pokemon.
Is it Articuno Galar?
It is Articuno Galar.
All right. Well, you gave me too many hints.
I did. So. Well, that's because I think you correctly pointed out that it's probably not fun for the listener anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to just keep saying words the whole time, so at least it was not dead air of me just speaking. But yeah, Galarian Articuno. I like that. That's a little bit of like intimidate mitigation potentially.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. I don't really need Tailwind, but I would like to have it as an option probably. Trick Room Imprison. Competitive is very big.
Here's my maybe hot take.
Yeah.
Every single team could use a Trick Room set or a Tailwind setter.
Yeah, I would
Every
agree.
single team is made better by having a Tailwind setter. 100% of the time, there is no team that is not made better by having a Trick Room setter.
A Trick Room or Tailwind?
I mean Tailwind.
Yeah.
I keep saying Trick Room, but I mean Tailwind.
I was about
to say... Not every team needs Trick Room.
No, I was going to say the opposite, actually. Tailwind, every team is made better by having Tailwind. Every team needs Trick Room. You need a Trick Room setter. If you're a Trick Room team, you obviously need a Trick Room setter, and if you're not a Trick Room team, you want a Trick Room setter to be able to annoy the Trick Room teams.
I think there's ways that you can get around having Trick Room, but I think
I don't, as a strategy, I don't love having just like Amoongus as like anti-Trick Room, or just like having a random like 30 speed attacker, because you
I
might
don't
as well.
think that is the strategy that does
Okay,
it, but I
got
think
it.
smart, like I think any team can play around and prepare for anti-Trick Room.
I just think there's no
even
reason
if they
not
don't
to
actually
have.
have Trick Room themselves.
Yeah, I think there's just no reason not to have that tool at your disposal,
Sure,
especially
that
es-
I agree with.
especially because there are so many like low tier, like budget EVLite Trick Room setters that you can just grab at the end of the draft.
Yeah, I mean,
At the very
but
least. At the very
then
least.
you're like, you have to bring your 4-point anti-Trick Room mon every week,
Not
or
every
else you
week.
get run over by Trick Room.
Well, not every week.
By
I
any
think the
team that
threat of
chooses to
it.
bring
I think the threat of it is enough. Like, you don't need to bring Slowpoke this week, but the fact that you can bring Slowpoke makes it prep a little tougher for your opponent.
Gotcha. Fair. Okay. Yeah. Yes. I agree with you that it is good. Teams are made better by having Trick Room, but not every team needs Trick Room, is what I'll say.
Yeah. I don't know that I agree, but I don't.
That's fine.
I don't know that I don't know that I
with.
disagree either. Honestly, I would have to think more. All right, and then I guess since you keep saying Steel type, I'll just give the people what they want. And by the people, I mean you. The next pick would be Copperajah backup Magnezone. The only reason I wouldn't just go Magnezone is because it's a lot of points for me. I mocked the teams out like to 9 or 10 Pokemon, and I didn't feel super comfortable with Magnezone. So
yeah, Copperajah at 7 is nice.
Copperajah is good value. With Articuno, it's a sweet mini Trick Room mode. It's more than enough anti Trick Room. Yeah, I think it works for what I need. Yeah.
I like that. I think that's solid.
Yeah, so that's the draft, a little bit of the draft. We talked a little more broadly about the Sky stuff. Are there any Earth rosters you want to highlight that you're loving so far, or intrigued by in any way?
Yes, I'm very interested in Bohm's team. I don't know if I get it, but that combination of 4 Pokemon is a very interesting combination.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at this yet. It is very weird.
Yeah, Sneasler, Cresselia, Hisuian Zoroark, and Thwackey.
Isn't Indeedee on the board?
Is very peculiar to me, but
yeah.
I think is very interesting. 2 good fake out Pokemon. Hisuian Zoroark with crazy typing.
Yeah.
Cress is a bulk lord that does everything. I don't know how he's going to win the game, but he's also got a lot of points left. I mean, he's still got 61 points, which is nice. You can pick up some offense. It's 4 cool Pokemon that I like, but I don't think I get the team, but I am interested in it. I would love to see where it's going.
Yeah, I'm excited to see post Grassy Glide Thwackey. I think it will mostly just not do enough, unfortunately. Like, it sets terrain, it has fake out, so it still obviously has some value. 5 on this tier list might be a little steep, honestly. But I think it's a decent Pokemon still. It'll be bulky with Eviolite, and terrain boosted grass moves still do some damage. Even off like the 80 or so attack, like 82, I think.
Yeah, something around there. Close enough to be correct.
Yeah.
The other team that I think is pretty cool, Tuxmux's team, the Torkoal team, Torkoal, Kingambit, Oranguru, Kilowattrel, Tatsugiri, and he's talking like he's thinking about grabbing Dondozo.
There would be no points left. Oh my god.
Which means essentially that's the 6 and then 5 Bagmons. Not quite literally, but pretty close. So I would be interested to see the limits, like the absolute limits of a top-heavy team get pushed in that way.
Yeah.
So I think there's some interesting stuff going on there. Sora's team, I like the return of Sora.
We got another
grabbing
Tatsu
that
pick.
again.
We got
another
Tatsu
what?
pick. Another Tatsu pick.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, from J-Star. Sorry to cut you off, but exciting since you're talking about Tatsu. On the Leavannies, it's a very good team. Obviously, it already has very good Pokemon, and Dondozo Tatsugiri is a very good duo. The concern I would have is that you're basically bringing the same 6 every week, and Torkoal weakens Dondozo's Wave Crash. So I would be careful.
True.
With that.
I mean,
I would be
so
concerned.
Essentially that team to me is like assuming Dondozo is picked. Basically looks like somebody's like cooking something up on the ladder, and accidentally left Kilowattrel on instead of like a photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Mon, I mean, like a Fluttermane or probably Fluttermane. But
yeah, we'll see. I feel like that was just a joke about the Dondozo. It would be cool if we still saw the Dondozo.
Yeah, it might be.
Because my one like slight regret with the Tatsu tax is that like, I mean, for good and for bad, it kind of takes Dozogiri out of the game. Because I don't think it's even necessary. Like, so first of all, like, Camo just picked up the Dozogiri combination in the middle of last season anyway. Like, it's already not something that people want to burn a ton of points on just because it's like kind of the same thing over and over again, and it's a lot of points, and you just kind of start clicking buttons, which I think people generally don't want to do. I think the fact that you're giving people the option to just get one of them, I think it's more likely now that someone just gets one of the pieces before like the person who is interested in Dozogiri is able to lock down the duo. So I think because of the tax, I think it's very unlikely we see Dozogiri again, frankly.
It's certainly still a possibility. I don't know if it's a possibility in Skydraft. Like, I mean, it might not be a possibility just points-wise for either team that took Tatsugiri.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I'm not surprised that Tatsu went first out of the two.
Oh, me neither. No, it didn't go first. Steve took Dondozo.
Oh, right. Okay, that's true. Steve did take Dondozo. Never mind.
I mean,
I apologize, Steve.
They're both good
I'll put more respect on your choices.
In very, very different ways. Like Dondozo is just comically fat, and when you're not doing commander stuff, you can focus more on bulking it out, and it is just stupidly bulky, especially on a Tinglu team. Tatsugiri does stuff, but it does a very little amount of stuff, and has very glaring weaknesses. It's a weird Pokemon. It's a very, very weird Pokemon. I would probably be more interested in Dondozo personally, but both are more certainly draftable, and I think both are even like pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I like Tatsu better on its own, but I think that's just my Storm Drain. But like, I like Storm Drain and redirection immunities in general very much. So I might be overvaluing that.
Yeah. It just kind of has like 6 moves. Like 6
you
good
can
moves.
Bring 4.
6 good moves, but it like
4's all
you're gonna
need.
bring
That's all you can put on a set.
Draco Meteor, Icy Wind, Muddy Water +1 every week, and there's your options for your 4th move are like Taunt, Hydro Pump, Dragon Pulse, or Chilling Water. That's like it.
And Protect.
Sure.
Don't forget my favorite move.
Oh, it has Helping Hand. Okay. I mean,
there you go.
Yeah,
See,
it's not a big move pool.
Helping Hand, Surf next to Water type next to Tatsugiri using Surf. Tatsugiri Helping Hand. Tatsugiri gets the boost. Turn 2 Draco Meteor. 3 Pokemon are dead.
Sure. I don't
do that.
I don't know what water type you're using that a Helping Hand Surf
I don't know
is
either.
That seems a double KO.
Crazy. Yeah, what good Surf users even are there?
Palafin, but special.
Gastrodon, Inteleon,
Hydreigon's the best.
Hydreigion's the best surf user? Ooh.
I used a like really funny meme team where it was Gastrodon and crit Hydreigon that was Terra Water Surf set. So I was getting double surf crits and Storm Drain boosts on Gastrodon. It was very stupid.
All right. Well, not to take over your spot as host, but
no, you're right.
we are hitting an hour here.
We're hitting an hour. That's right. So we'll wrap up. Some draft talk, always fun. A little bit of season 2 talk. Always remember Tapu Koko in Gen 8 sucked so bad.